Good day. Welcome to Siddha Vetha webinar series. Today is a very interesting topic on how to remove the negativity from the mind. What is negativity? So this is very important talk because this is going to be the global thinking today, like in terms of how to remove negativity from different countries, cultures. Within we all are having nuclear families, so even within nuclear family, husband and wife cannot live happily. So these are some of the things that are happening. So what is a Siddha perspective? How do we have to get over negative things? What happens when we have negativity? So these are some of the things that we will be discussing. So first of all, let us meditate for 5 minutes and then we can start. So just gently close your eyes. Just be in the moment. Relax. Now ask the question, why you are here? In this world, in this planet. What is the purpose? Who defined the purpose for you? Did you come here for building house, marrying, having children, then buying properties, and then have a job, and then die? Is this a purpose? Is that the purpose we are born? Who defined this purpose? So just visualize, think, ask yourself. Is there a bigger purpose? If there is a bigger purpose, means what? What is a bigger purpose? I'm not talking about anything like in the religious things, salvation, enlightenment, after when you die, mukti, all those things. That's a story. Mukti is a story, you can talk about mukti and other things. That means when you die, everybody becomes mukti. It doesn't really matter if a person is realized or not realized. He can wear some dress that shows that he is realized, and then when they make the thing, they call it samadhi. Right? So is that the purpose? So then, what is the purpose? Ask yourself. Are we living as human beings? Are we living as animals? Can we live as God? These are 3 questions. Whether you're living as animals today or as human beings. Animals are animals, they don't evolve. They are limitations. They don't know why they have to kill another animal. That's the natural software that is installed. Human beings are in confusion. A human being is whether I should do this or not. That's a human being. And God is he who knows what is right, what is wrong, and stay in the right path. So it's all in this human form. You can be as an animal, human being, or God. These are the three choices. You contemplate, close your eyes and contemplate what I'm saying. So, what is a good human being or towards godliness is what I'm going to talk about today. That's where all the negativity, all the subject comes. There's been a moment of silence. Let's invoke the silence inside us, each one of you. The very existence, consciousness inside us. Gently rub your hands to eye palming. Now, most of us think that negativity, what is negativity? Negativity is caused by somebody else. It's not me. And we always point out, this person did this, that's why I'm angry. See, you'll always have a reason for anger or negativity. That is, worriness is anger on the same anger which turns onto yourself becomes worries. That's another negativity. Or you will have interactions of waves. Your wave goes to somebody, it's like a cold war. You don't talk to them directly, but there will be a cold war between you. That's very dangerous. Countries do this. Individuals do this. So these are different forms of negativity. So how does this affect? Say, suppose you did something long time back. So I was in India and I humiliated a person, say, right? It's just for an example. Maybe I have. Right. So humiliated a person, and that person is been now 30 years. I'm here. The person, whenever he thinks about me, he will remember that humiliation that he faced when he was very young, when he was in his teenage. So whenever he is in that, he is getting that negativity, it affects me. Because there is a connection, as I told you, the nadis are, we have the nadis, the 72,000 nadis that we have in our body. There is an extension of those nadis. Those are Sukuma nadis or Karana nadis, we can call it Karana nadis. The Karana nadis are extensions, like shadows of these nadis. And whomever you are connected, they are connected with, like they extend. So you make a connection with a person even from a YouTube channel, so that will make a connection with that. And this is your world. How many connections you are making with this defines your world. There's no other world other than this. For you, whoever you saw in your life, whatever you heard so far, the news channels or your parents, what they told, all those things, that information is what makes you and your world. So whenever we are connected to somebody, there is a green, let's say there's a red channels, green channels, and yellow channels, say yellow or orange, you can say red, orange, and green. So red channels are when you have that person is not having a good thought about you. They think this person is always negative. This person, I don't know. When I see that person, I see hate. He shouted at me. He did this to me, humiliated me. Whatever reason you may be doing good or wrong, but how he felt. So he will have that in his mind. So 20 years back, 30 years back, that person whom I humiliated back in India will affect me. His thoughts will affect me till today, until I don't do any justice to that. I do remorse. I feel, okay, what I done was wrong. And if I start to do that, my red channels, right, turn into orange channels. And at one point, if that person really realized this is for good, what he did, and I talked to him over the phone, they say, a long time back I did this, I'm very sorry. And then he removed things from his mind, it becomes green. So the problem that arises in our life, including the wealth, health, or the interaction with society, all these things depends, including your relationship, depends on what you have made in your past, how much green signals that you have, how much orange and red. If the red is more, you will have problems. Your life is full of problems. So you're not separate. You cannot just escape. You tell something and escape from that. Words are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. They will affect you. Because you haven't seen that God has given those individuals how to. You are not a person to change them. God is already doing that. Oh, I told all this, they are not changing. I have been shouting as if you are perfect, you are God. Right? God knows. You don't have to worry about that. You have to help yourself. You need a lot of help. Right? So the change should happen within ourselves. Do we have enough time for change within ourselves? That's what first question we ask. Do we change ourselves every day? Do we see God in every being? So if you're seeing God in every being, all human beings, whether your relationship or anybody, even your children, all are God. That's the godliness we look at. So God inside them, you see God inside them, then there is no hatred. You cannot hate somebody. So not understanding that is God is the biggest problem, because you're looking at separate God. You're seeing that, okay, I'm doing some rituals, so I am greater because I know these rituals. You're no greater, nothing. No rituals are greater. I'm superior because of this. I'm doing all these mantras, chanting, all this. All this is piece of crap. If you don't really understand God need not be searched for. God should search for you. You should create this vessel to keep it so empty that God should look for you, should come and sit inside you. That is what we need to. So what it means is God is already there. If you remove all the negativity from this vessel, the existing God will be there. So if you are God, you will live like God. It's not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a escapism. Oh, after 60, 70 years, I'm going to, many people tell, I have seen, especially the Indian people have this, maybe Asians, a little bit of Asian people have, after some time, I want to achieve this. That's my goal. After 70 years, I'm going to leave all these things and I will try to totally dedicate to spirituality. And they never do that. They cannot do that. Chasing life. Because they think that spirituality is something to be done tomorrow. So not understanding that the God is already doing this inside you, living inside you, looking for God, searching for God, outside you, or through some rituals or doing something, So you're always running for that. So this is the clear understanding that we need, is to see that you are that very existence. God is inside you. And when God is inside you, what is the property of God? The love and compassion, forgiveness. Because you ask for forgiveness, think about it. You have done so many wrong things, but still say, God, forgive me. So you want to become God, you have to do the same thing. Will you be able to forgive? You're thinking so much about that person. Is there any use for you? That person came to give something as a karma. So that, see, God is not a direct thing. It is not something like a human. It comes in some form, other than what is naturally there. God can only come in the form of human beings, which already we are, or animals, or the Panchabhutas, 5 states of matter. These only gives trouble to us. So God can only remove our karmas through this, teach us lesson through this. So who is already teaching us lesson is already that. So they remove karmas for you in some other way. But what is our job is to forgive, forget, and get going. So when you do this, nothing registers here. See, the more the red and red. So if you have 70-80% red in your life, that is inflict all kind of problems. Your causal body turns into physical body. It affects your physical body also. Your heart attack is not because just what you ate. That's one reason. We usually give one reason for everything, your cholesterol is down, all this crap. But it has to do with many things. That moment you get a heart attack, if the red is so high, all this put together, you will get a heart attack. You get other abdomen problem, this problem, that problem, all physical problem. Manifestation also happens. If the red lines or intensity increases, they manifest into physical body. Those tubes that are in the causal body affects the physical body. So this is the biggest secret. Then comes other food and other things comes next only. See, there is a culture in India. They eat what is ignav, ignav, a lizard kind of, like a animal. It's a big size. It's very strong. Udumbu, we call it udumbu. Udumbu pidi means udumbu pidichita. Udumbu pidi means the catch. The catch is so tight, it's difficult to release. So we call in colloquial, we say, there's a saying, udumbu pidi pidika vendum, hold strongly. When God, you hold ignav, yeah. Igonar, what you call? Ignav, I call it ignav. Do you? I don't know if I'm spelling it, pronouncing it right. Okay. So we call it udumbu, right? So the udumbu is, there is a culture that eats udumbu. The reason they eat is, it is poisonous. It's highly poisonous. But yet they eat, they become very strong. Okay, so this is one culture. But this is what happens. If somebody eat this and they told this, this is poisonous, and they process that poisonous, immediately within few seconds they will die. So they have to keep their mind very strong. Highly contagious. So what it shows is that our mind is more powerful than anything else. I am not saying you be strong and eat egg now. That's a different story. So it's a very different. You have to take the subject. The subject is different here. The subject is that the mind is stronger than anything else, than other things that we do, like food and other things, comes even secondary when compared to the mind. The mind is the most contagious part of our our living. So we have to keep our mind empty, clean. Clean in the sense, purity. The purity itself will bring God inside. There is no other way of searching God other than purifying your own self. If this is purified, it's already God only is there. So there is no search. Search is a waste. Ritual is a waste. It is all time consuming. You can build that, you will do other things. All kind of things, external things. You will never achieve it. Very simple. இந்த வாசல் ஏழை வாசல் ஏகபோகமானது எம்பிரான் இருக்கும் வாசம் யாவர்க்கான வல்லரே. ஏகபோகமா, this is a ஏழை வாசல், is a poor man's door. Simple. No complicated ritual, no rich men. This is all a rich man's thing. Complicated rituals, doing that, doing this, everything. It's a waste of time. Cleaning up process. So 3 processes or to clean up every day. Every 3 steps. So first step that you can clean up is immediate negativity. Because people transfer negativity back and forth. So say you are talking to a person, you shaking hand, if you are interacting with someone, you go to office, all these things, they exchange negativity. So initially you can ground. That means when you before you're coming to your house, you can ground all the negativity things. Say you went to a pool where everybody was taking bath, you will have all kind of exchange of energy in a pool, say, right? Now you have to go because your kids want to do that, whatever it is. So now you need to be, you ground it. You touch the ground earth and say, let the negativity from all people, removed. Or you interact with certain people and you feel that negativity thing, then remember, those people and remove the negativity, or wash your feet before coming to us. So this is first a ritualistic step. Okay, it's a ritual. It is a ritual, of course. But this is a very temporary step. But the negativity can go stronger. So these steps, like the removing negativity through drishti is like, removing through any of the Panchabuddhas, through fire, they do fire things. These are rituals. They will remove causal body, like salt, for example, taking salt and removing negativity. They have some certain properties. These Panchabuddha properties have certain things, certain aspects where they can attract the negative. And this negativity is not a measurable negativity when I'm talking about. And you can feel it. You can feel the heaviness gone, things like that. And you will not meet with small accidents. You don't cut your finger when you're chopping the vegetables. All these small things happen. These are drishti, we call it drishti. So these can be removed. Drishti can be removed through grounding process, such as putting your feet barefoot on the ground or washing your feet, all these things. That's the everyday process. Taking a shower, when you're meeting so many people, going somewhere and coming, taking a shower, all these things are a good ritualistic process. But more than that, the second process is every day in the night time before going to bed, write down 10 people's name or the incident every day. How was your interaction with that person? Today, when did you get angry? Oh, I was driving. There was a lady who was driving in front of me. I was in a hurry, right? I have to go by 8 o'clock. I had only 5 minutes. She was slow, 70 miles per hour. She's going 40 miles per hour. So I got angry. So whose problem was this? It was not the lady's problem. If that was your mother, did you see her as a mother? Old mother. You wouldn't get that anger. Because you're seeing them as somebody else. Right? So you write down. Now you realize the mistake. Oh yeah, that time I was haste. So you're angry because of your own thing, like you are. Anger is nothing but your desire. When somebody cuts your desire, it turns into anger. Your desire was to go in it. It's like a perase, we call it, right? So in a short time, you want to achieve that. Yes, you are wrong, not the person. So you write down today what all negative things that I did, and tomorrow I should not repeat. So write down those. Okay, same situation tomorrow. I'm going to go early, 5 minutes early. I will do that. I'll not make that mistake again. Right? So if you look at all the things that happened in a life, is your own mistake, and for the other person, it's his own mistake. So there is no one side. Mistakes happens in both sides only. There's not one person is good, another person is bad. Both do the mistake at the same time. The person who fought with you, whom you thought, she was wrong, she would also think that you were wrong. It's equal. And both of you have the negative. But you wanted to prevent that. You can change that. You can change that. So you can write down and bless them. If you did this, okay, bless them. It's like a mother. Think like your mother. She's an old woman. If my mother was driving, she would be doing the same thing. She has no support. It's probably she did this. So this is the attitude. And if you get this attitude, seeing that, okay, God only came in front of me. Who is living? That woman. That's a God. He's giving you a lesson. Why are you in a hurry? Slow down. So God comes in some form. She may not be knowing that. But God is doing everything around us. That's the consciousness. That's why he called Kannayiram. Kannayiram means Ayrakan Mariamman. Ayrakan Mariamma. Mariamma is like a Mother Mary, like Mother Mary. Mariamman is like a Kali God, which has 1,000 eyes. What 1,000 eyes means? It has eyes everywhere. It's watching whatever we are doing. Everything that we do, small things, you cannot remove consciousness. There is no time that consciousness will not look at you. Mark down, like we call it Chitragupta. Not Sri Gupta, Chitragupta. So Chitragupta is like a documenter. So it's not like somebody, a living person. But Chitragupta means there is a documentation happening for every action that we do. So they document. This document happens, it is registered. And the time, the same frequency comes again and again, these things come. So we start to, so we got more negative. We say you get a small negatives, you do 5 things, nothing happened to you, then you should worry because big is going to come. But if you are aware, if you are very conscious, only what you do today comes. That's living in Agami Karma. So the biggest thing that we can do, the best thing is to be in this current. Because past, either our parents or we did our own mistakes. Forget. You don't worry about that. But the best thing, more than trying to remember people and blessing them, all those things, that's a second level process. But the first level, what we can do is to be in the Agami Karma, that is being in the present state, where you see pure God, not allow other thoughts to enter and process those thoughts. Unless it is a selfless thought that is used for the planet, universe, all other thoughts, will remove God from you. So that's Patra Patra. Palapatre Patrumino Ulagil. So Palapatre means all kind of patra, only patra to the divine. Whom you should get attached? Only to the divine. All other attachment is going to cause problems. We are not designed for that. We are not designed for attachment. Nothing we know, everybody knows. You and I know. Nothing is going to come. Nothing is permanent. We'll die, we can die any moment. Any second, anything can happen. But still we want to hold on. This is my house. This is my husband. These are my children. This is my, I have a, status, all these things. Nothing comes. Within seconds, it's gone. So this is the realization that if you understand this, it's the Kadar in the Aranda Usium. See the needle has an eye. That needles is a Patinathar story. That the needle eye gone, even that one needle, he keeps a needle, his son keeps a needle inside and gets out of his house. He fights with his father. And then he sees, he kept a treasure box and gives to his father treasure. So he opens and inside a sari, you see that the one needle, which they call the ear, the eye as the ear, the needle eye, right? So the kadaranda means it's broken. And there is written, this will not come. Even this will not come when you die. So that gives realizations to Patinata. So nothing comes with us. These attachment, all the fights that you do is only for attachment. Maybe it's a property. Maybe it's a relationship. Small things. These are nothing. You're just getting attached to that is mortal. Get attached to the immortal. The immortal is where you need to continuously attach. And then as you do this body becomes a very different being. It's not about tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Someday you will get some Siddhi or Mukti, all those things. What are you today? Are you living as God? And if you do this process, all negativity removed only is God. There's nothing else. When you're looking for, okay, God, give me this. See, we ask God, give me this, etc. Like I have disease, remove my disease. You are the God. You cure your disease. You have the power. We are asking God as a separate thing. Therefore, we are searching for it, and it never, you keep doing all kind of things. You never achieve. But when you see that if you relieve everything from you, detached, what is left is only God. A simple process. When you detach everything, all attachments, what is left is pure God, and He's already given everything. What is required for you? So this is the truth. And if you be in this truth, in negativity, there is nothing affects. War doesn't affect you. Some people, when there is a war, they cry. They become very compassionate. I'm not saying you should not. But that's also an attachment. Those are the people, they will cry for their own things because they connect these two things. It's not just compassion to everything. Attachments. It's too much attachment because nothing is in our control. Nothing is in our control. So the pure godliness should come without attachment. No attachment, and see what God thinks from inside you. And we allow that. Then there is a pure God thinking. There's no you. There's no ego. The ego that I am doing doesn't exist. And that will purely do what it wants to. So as you keep doing, this body becomes so much, your cells, physical body cells, become something else. They become lighter and lighter and lighter. At one point, you get absorbed into black hole and you become invisible. This is what Siddhas did. Becoming invisible with the physical body, not dying. Why invisible? You see, it is visible to whom? Who can see from that eyes. It is visible. But in that body only you can live, because in this physical body we have suffering, we need food. We need everything that is suffering. But that is infinite life, immortal life. That immortal life can be led right now if you practice. It is possible. So when we live that immortal life, our body slowly, step by step process happens. Food will change, the quantity of food, the quality of food, all these change. How it converts even the food into 100% energy. That's what happens within the physical body. This is a preparation method, step by step method, where you can enter into total light. And people get scared. There's nothing to be scared of God. People get like, when we say these kind of things, people like saying, oh, I don't want all this. That's your ego. They're scared to become God. That's the only thing happening. There's a fear in people. They don't want to be pure. They want to suffer. They want to die miserably. They want to go to the hospital, ICU, and all kind of things, suffer and die. So it's high time we think what this human potential is. What are we capable of? Are we capable of something else? Totally possible. And it is possible. And we learn this from the great sages literature. And they've clearly given the path. That's why it's like a lot of things, there. Many of in the southern tradition, the Siddha tradition, many rituals and all, they are not very much into rituals. They are into practicality. Even though temples and all were built, that's one part of it. But temples were not the main thing. They built the temple inside the body. That's what the Siddhas did. This body itself became the temple. The soul, the God consciousness lived in. So they cleaned up this temple continuously. So everyday process, all this process doesn't work. You did small things for bigger things, what's called dissolution. Dissolution is a meditative process where you immerse yourself into that black hole consciousness. So deep. Take 2-3 days, silence. Or you attend our retreat, you come to a retreat, clean up. That's what we do, process. The retreat process is to clean up yourself. So you can see our retreat, 3-day immersion retreat. You can come there. It's a process we do for all the different kind of memories that we need to remove. And then slowly, it's not that one day in the 3-day you're going to attend something like that. But you regularly practice those, what we do in the 3 days. For me, when I was young, that 3 days was enough for me because I was so pure at that age. At a 19, 3 days organized. So there was a 1 month program organized by a guru in silence in a forest. So I go there, and within 3 days I hit that state. Therefore I keep 3 days. There will be some young person who can attain that in 3 days. So pure, right? So not that it is an impossible task, but the process, even if you miss, you repeat the process, do the process again and again and again and again. Then you'll be there. So it's so that when you hit the light, you don't need any gurus, you don't need any retreats, you don't need anybody. So guru is a barrier, in between. You don't need guru also. The guru is inside you. It will lead you. It knows what is right. You will know what is right. When you hit that, you will not ask a question. Many people, they ask question, I did this, I have this kind of a feeling. Do you think that's what it is? And I say no. As long as they ask questions, there is no. It's no. The one who realizes will stop questions because that will guide them. And everybody has that. Everybody have equal chance. There is no less, or you don't have to be somebody like who meditated from young age like me. I meditated at 5-year-old. You don't have to be that. We all have the same chance in this universe. If you take the universal time, and the experiences, we all have equal opportunity. What we did in the past for a very short time period, that's not what we are. We have a long history, universal history. So we all have the same chance. So, so you regularly think about this, contemplate, don't just live. Just go with the flow of this world. Tanithiru, pasithiru, velithiru. Be alone. Be hungry for that knowledge. Velithiru, be aware of that. Every instant, if you be becoming aware, oh, I'm getting angry now. Oh, okay. Why should I get angry? There's another God whom I getting angry at. Let's not slow down. Pakvam, we call it pakvam. That's the maturity, spiritual maturity we call it. Not just physical maturity, the spiritual maturity. I think spiritual maturity is what is lacking in this in the world. You see that what is happening today, countries, they don't have spiritual maturity. They just blindly think I go occupy somebody, kill somebody, all this. Because the lack of spiritual maturity, the knowledge is not there. Beyond religious things, religions are very limited. All religions are limited. There is no exception in religion. All religions have limitations. They think they are superior. And this is the truth, ultimate truth. There's nothing like that. Humanity has only one God, one consciousness. And everybody is from the same substratum. We are made up of the same substratum. The fundamental particles, the vibrations are the same consciousness vibrations. So if we interact with that, we see that we have a powerful system in this world that if you understand each other, we can co-realize also. If a lot of people put together, that's why you want to attend this retreat. So you don't have to go hard way. There's an easy way. See, there's a poem from Nanasariya. Nanasariya is a poem by Vadalar, sage scientist Vadalar. The last thing is a very deep poem. So once you listen to that, you can only become that because he wrote in that state. So whatever you think, if you are meditating with an experienced person, you will capture that state very easily. It's not a difficult thing. You don't have to go it's like a AI, now they use AI very easily. Those days you have to do many things. We have to work out typely. So all these things like upgraded. Spirituality also gets upgraded. You don't have to go do the old way. The whole consciousness is evolving. Somebody says you have to do, you will not get this, you have to go 12 years, do this. Old age people, they tell, right? This kind of generations, they think, you have to go old way, you have to do this is what, yama, all those things. I also discussed from a different perspective. But the best part is that when you get attached to already the one who realized, that state of experience, when the experience can be shared, co-realized. It's called co-realization. So a bunch of people together, we can create a state, co-realization. So that is what you should aim. It's a short hacking. We can hacking consciousness. Not impossible. When we are deeply meditating, that's the reason I created the retreats. People, I I go into 3 day, I told you 3 day, I can get into that state. Because that's the practice that we have done, going into deep state. And people also experience the same thing. You experience. So that's where, when we get that kind of experience, you become a separate entity. You are a renowned soul to enlighten people. There's no need for anything. This is a state. You're not attaching to me, it's attaching to a state. Holding to me is a cruel thing. It's a like guru-disciple thing. And that is a hindrance. You're still a beggar. But you're creating, catching the state of mind. That's where you were. You were at one point. It's your own state. So you synchronize with that state, and you can take it and carry it over, and you will continue with your own experiment to get that state. So with this, I open up for questions. Any questions? One, how do I get out of this kind of relations? I'm stuck with this. They're doing this. Whatever they're doing, whatever others are doing, if you are straight, nothing can be done. If two are like this, we'll have problems. But if you straighten up, if you make your signal, your channels green, even if they're red, it turns into orange only at the beginning. And then if you become more and more, you can turn into green. So if you're orange, the red will dominate. If you're red, danger dominates both of you. It'll hurt you. So no matter what they did, how cruel they were, you can still forgive them. Because it's a godly thing sent to you. So this is the message for you today. Right? Any questions? Any particular questions? You can, if you want to not mention your name, that's fine. You can put me as a to in-person question. You can do that also. How do we remove the attachment since we watch the shows or reels? How do we make it green? That's many people do that because we are seeing all kind of reels and everything, Facebook or some Instagram shorts, YouTube, all those videos. That's the job. We don't have much jobs nowadays, so we get attached to those things. Those are very weak signals, probably in the beginning. If you keep doing more and more, it becomes very strong channels. First, lighter channels there. It's like buses, like you have a bunch of pipes versus one or two pipe, So if you keep repeating that same kind of pattern, all those things, they pipe, the strong it becomes. So first of all, first you watch good things. Right, all good things needed for you. Slowly change that. If you have a habit of watching, change the habit of watching from bad to positive. The next thing is that decrease the watching. Watch yourself. Spend more time and watching what is happening inside. There is a TV video happening inside you. Always watch that. It is much beautiful. As you watch the gap between the videos, between the audio signals, much more entertainment. This is a small entertainment. You're so happy. I watch this. I'm very happy. This amazing thing that happens. Okay. 10 billion times powerful if you get an experience. Why would you not enjoy that? After all, we want enjoyment. Everybody want enjoyment. I'm telling there is a much more pleasurable thing that we can enjoy. Right? Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Please, yes, open up for questions for other people can discuss also. Yeah. Okay, so about grounding techniques. See, salt-free cleansing, we need support from others. Sea salt or fire cleansing, we need. Okay. Well, there are other. These are preliminary cleansing step, ritualistic steps. Ritualistic steps. Even if you're going into the rainwater, snow can be grounded. You can use rain as a grounding mechanism. People always say, rain, rain, go away song, those kind of things, Rain, rain, not go away. Stay there. Rain is an amazing, dissolver of karma from the sky. Rainwater. Snow is amazing. People, I don't like snow. It's the northeast. Now it's snowing outside. Don't hate nature. All have purpose. Snow is an amazing ground. Snow can be converted into good, consumable product also, elixir. So you can keep your barefoot on snow for some time and then, within few minutes you get grounded. It's a grounding methods. Directly touching, sitting on a grass, standing on a grass, hugging a tree, salt water, different salt like even Epsom salt and other salt, sea salt, other kind of salts, salt bath, washing your feet with salt. All these are temporary grounding mechanisms, like those are smaller memory that impacts the causal body so that it doesn't go into the astral body and then manifest in the physical body. That level, ritualistic things can remove that. But already what is in your physical body, those things cannot be removed through this salt or other techniques. For that you need the dissolution method of deeply going, diving into consciousness, changing, reprogramming it. So that's one of the things that we do is the marma memory reprogramming. If you cannot attend all these three, there are separate programs. If you look at our retreat, you can attend those. Right. So, so that's what, is the answer for you. Yeah. We can take a couple of more questions. And by the way, if you have a young student who want to understand our ancient science, but yet publish in modern, academic things. So if you're there like 9th to 11th, 12th grade, they can even not necessarily them. If others want to do research, join our research team. You can do a lot of research. It's open for adults also. We do some research that is modern. But these are just entry level. Why we are doing this research? At least they are in the there are different forms of people. One is if you put fire on the banana stem, it's called valamate. You cannot, it can't catch fire easily. It's not an inflammable thing. So those are out of the things. So you cannot bring those people inside. It's very difficult. Forget that. Even though there's a consciousness, but we cannot do anything in this world. But if it's a charcoal, you can light up, it'll take little time. So I'm looking this younger generation as a charcoal, right now. They are different than what we were in the past. We were more like a cotton. If you put fire, we'll catch. But today's younger generation, they turn the education system, turn them into a charcoal. It takes longer time to heat up and then convert, right? But as you do that, they turn into cotton, and finally, my thing is to bring them to the camphor. Camphor you light up, it will fire its sublimation process directly, becoming light. So this is the process, step-by-step process, funneling effect, where initially we have to get somebody in the charcoal inside. So these young students will be doing some research on some herbs or other things. Then they get connected to the Siddhas, they learn some things. Then finally, if 10 students doing, 1 or 2 will be interested. I've seen this in the past. They are interested, and then they will narrow down, bring them to make cotton, and finally they can light up sometime. So that's the whole idea. Yeah. Yes. So tomorrow we have a session that is at 5:30 EST, 3 p.m. IST. This Monday. So if you come, I'll give you one fire technique, how to use fire to remove the cleanse the causal body. You bring a lamp with you with a traditional sesame oil, wood pressed sesame oil, right? Cold press, using the wooden method in the past, like that you bring. It's a very organic. Here seed oil is a problem in the Western countries. So the process is not organic, even though they can get organic certificate, because process do not have the way they do not measure that as an organic method. In the Indian traditional way, there's an organic process of creating that. Every step by step is organic, so it doesn't affect the property of the oil. So if you're using that oil, you bring it. If you don't have, you can also cold pressed coconut oil also is okay, works. So then you can come and attend that. So I'll give you one technique to remove the astral body, the marma that affects you, like the green channels, different channels. You can create a cluster around you that, when the red channel thing comes inside, it will reflect back. So I'll give you techniques for that. Okay, so that's the step one. Then later on you need to change that. You finally want that into green. You want everybody. It's not probably everybody will think you're going to be good, but they may be, some people might think orange, but they don't have to think red. Say suppose you don't like, even today there are many gurujis and other people who do some society service. Some people may not like it, but you don't hate it. That's a different story. You may not like it's different. It may be a light orange color, but it's not that you are against them or doing things. It's a different story. So always there will be some people who may not like what you do or what you talk. That's okay. But you become green. That's the thing. So any other questions? Okay. No questions. So I want to end with one note. So this is a Vallara note. கண்டதெல்லாம் அனித்தியமே, கேட்டதெல்லாம் பொழுதே, கற்றதெல்லாம் பொய்யே, கழித்ததெல்லாம் வீணே, உண்டதெல்லாம் மலமே, உட்கொண்டதெல்லாம் தயே, உலகிலீர் இதுவரையில் உண்மை அறிகிலீரே. What we saw, கண்டதெல்லாம் அனித்தியம், நித்தியம் அனித்தியம். illusion. What you saw is illusion. What you heard is all wrong. So far, what you heard. கேட்டதெல்லாம் பொழுதே கற்றதெல்லாம், what you learned is all crap, all lies. Whatever you learned is lies, filled with lies. கற்றதெல்லாம் பொய்யே கழித்ததெல்லாம் வீணே. What you spend is useless time. Whatever time you spend is useless. உண்டதெல்லாம் மலமே, whatever you ate is shit. உட்கொண்டதெல்லாம் குறையே, the information that you took is all damaged information. Right? It damages your system. Is wrong. இதுவரையில் உலகிலேயே, the one who lives in the world, till now, இதுவரையில் உண்மை அறிகிறீரே, have not known the truth, but you are continuously doing this. So now it's time for a change. You need to change different, think different, do different process. The light is within you. See the light. See you next week. Thank you. Maybe next week we have the retreat, I think. So if people who are coming to retreat, there's no time, we can, even we plan to extend the deadline for early bird so that you get the benefits. So we'll do that. So you can, those who can attend, you can come. And some people are driving from Virginia. If you're going from Virginia, they can pick you up. So it's for information. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a great day.